Almost every man overlooks something very important, even though it matters a lot more than he might ever realize. It is quite interesting because this is something women really value and appreciate deep down, even if they do not talk about it very often. I want you to think about this for a little while. You have probably seen men who seem to have everything going for them. They are good looking, they carry themselves with a lot of confidence, and they might even be very successful with their jobs or have a lot of money. Yet, for some reason, they still find it hard to create deep and truly meaningful connections with women. Something just does not seem to click, and no matter how hard they try, they cannot figure out why it is happening. They feel like they are missing a piece of a puzzle. The simple truth is that attraction is not built only on how you look, how much you have in the bank, or where you stand in the world. What many men fail to see are the small, quiet behaviors that leave a very deep mark on a person's heart. These are not loud or flashy moves. They are quiet, gentle actions that often go without being noticed by most. However, these small things are what truly shape how a woman feels about you when you are together. In this guide, I am going to show you some of those hidden feelings and needs that women experience but rarely talk about out loud. These are not the typical dating tips you hear people repeating everywhere. They are based on how the human heart and mind really work and have worked for a very long time. When you understand these ideas, well, they can completely change the way a woman sees you and feels your presence. Now, I want you to imagine something for a moment. What if you could connect with a woman on a deep level that she does not even fully understand herself? What if you could stand out from the crowd without having to chase her, without talking too much to explain yourself, and without feeling like you have to prove how much you are worth? You can do this just by knowing how to make her feel safe, how to make her feel truly special, and how to understand her feelings. That one thing alone would instantly put you ahead of most other men she meets. Here's the part that might be a little hard to hear. If you do not know these deeper ways of connecting, you are already starting at a disadvantage. You might lose a special spark of attraction that could have grown into something very beautiful and meaningful. You might miss out on a connection that could have stayed in her thoughts and her heart for a long time after you have said goodbye. That is why learning about this matters so very much. Once these ideas really start to make sense to you, especially the last three things we will talk about, the way you see attraction in your relationships will never be the same again. It will be like seeing the world in a whole new way. Before we go any further, I have a small favor to ask. If you truly want to learn these things and use them to make your life better, please take a second to show your support for this group of caring experts. It helps us keep sharing this kind of help with you, and it means more to us than you might know. Your kindness allows us to keep making things that can really change how you find love and build connections with others. Now, let's talk about the first big idea. This is something most men do not realize is so powerful. It is the quiet and gentle impact of touch before you ever get close or intimate. Does that sound interesting? Imagine you are out on a date. The place you are in feels nice and the mood is just right. The talk between the two of you is moving along smoothly. Both of you are having a good time and there is a lot of laughing and smiles on both sides. But deep down, something feels just a tiny bit off. She is there with you, and she is talking, but she is not fully opening up her heart. Later on, you drop her off at her home, you send her a nice message to say you had a good time, and then nothing happens. There is no reply, just a long silence that makes you wonder what went wrong. This is the moment where many men accidentally lose the spark without knowing it. A lot of guys think that attraction is built only through the words they say. They work hard on being funny, telling cool stories, or trying to look impressive with their words. But the truth is, women do not connect with you only through what you say. They connect through their feelings, through the kind of energy you carry, and most of all, through how they feel when they are standing right next to you. One of the most forgotten ways to build that good feeling is through calm and meaningful touch. This is not about being rushed or acting like you need something. It is definitely not about doing anything that feels forced. It must feel natural, kind, and easy. Even the smallest gesture, when you do it with a kind heart, can completely change the way you connect. A light touch on her shoulder when you are walking, a slow and warm hug when you say hello, or a gentle hand to guide her through a crowd can change the whole feeling between you. These simple actions say so much more than a long speech ever could. For many women, feeling safe in their hearts matters much more than just thinking someone is handsome. Touching someone in a way that is not about being sexual sends a very clear message without you having to say a single word. It tells her that you respect her personal space. It lets her know that she can finally let her guard down and just relax when she is with you. That feeling of being comfortable is what lets real closeness grow. It is not about using some perfect trick or trying to put on a show. It is about being right there in the moment, slowing everything down, and actually paying attention to how she is feeling. When you create a space where she feels like she is valued instead of feeling pushed to do something, everything starts to happen on its own. Men who really stand out do not try to hurry things or try to be in control of every moment. They let things happen at their own speed. They stay calm, they stay steady, and they are aware of what is happening around them. They know that a real bond grows in a place where there is peace and comfort. When you act with that kind of calm heart, you naturally become someone she feels safe with. You become someone she wants to be near without you ever having to force it or chase after her. What makes this even more special is that it works in a way that most people do not even notice. When a woman feels safe and peaceful around you, her heart naturally opens up without you having to talk her into anything. That feeling of comfort is not built by doing huge, dramatic things. It is built by being the same kind person every time and doing small, respectful things. The way you sit next to her, the way you really listen to what she says, and the way you match her energy all matter. A meaningful touch, when it feels right, makes that feeling of safety even stronger. It shows that you are confident but not pushy. It shows you are interested but not putting pressure on her. The most important part is being aware. You have to see how she acts. Does she lean closer to you? Does she look more relaxed? Or does she pull away a little? Respecting those small signs is what makes a man truly understand how to connect with someone. Being patient is also a very big deal. Many men hurry because they are afraid they will lose their chance. But real attraction grows best when there is no hurry at all. When you slow down and just enjoy the moment, you create a place where real feelings can blossom. That is what makes a connection feel real and something she will remember for a long time. It feels different from what she usually finds with others. Another part of this is being aware of feelings. Many men only think about what they are doing, but real connection comes from knowing what she is feeling right now. When you are paying attention, you see the small changes in her mood or how she is standing. This lets you act naturally instead of just guessing. That awareness makes you feel like a calm and steady person, which is something women do not find very often. It is also very important to know that holding back a little is very attractive. Not just doing the first thing that comes to mind, not rushing to get close, and not trying to move too fast shows that you have a lot of confidence and self-control. When you move slowly and with care, it feels more real. It shows you are not acting out of a desperate need, but because you are clear and calm. Over time, these small things build a bridge of trust. Trust then turns into a deep comfort, and that comfort is what opens the big door to a much deeper attraction. When a woman feels she can truly be herself and relax with you, she starts to think of you as someone who brings peace to her life. That feeling stays in her heart even after you are gone, making you much more important to her than any other man who only tried to impress her with words.